and admitting people right now. So I'll read you my little disclaimer. Good morning. Apologies that we got signed out. If you're joining us for the first time, Wednesday mornings are an opportunity to pause intentionally before the masterpieces of prayer that we find in our Siddur. And I would call it the museum of the Siddur because there's really so much there. Or if you like, you can simply speak to God this morning from our open hearts and in your own words, if you like, in an unhurried fashion. That's really the point of our meditation on Wednesday mornings. So I mentioned that that it's an opportunity to pause intentionally. So when we talk about the word intention, there's a Hebrew word for this, and the word is kavanah. We hear it periodically, and it really means to direct our hearts. It's very hard to do. We have these active minds, and yet when we stand before the Holy One, we have trouble concentrating. It's ironic, and it's because we cannot tame our minds, and because perhaps we don't take seriously the situation that we're in, which is, or I would say, the opportunity that we have to talk to God directly. So I want to read to you from Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel regarding Kavanah. It's from his book, God in Search of Man. And Rabbi Heschel says, to have kavanah means, according to a classical formulation, to direct the heart to our Father in heaven. The phrasing does not say direct the heart to the text or to the content of the prayer. Kavanah, then, is more than paying attention to the text of the liturgy or to the performance of the mitzvah. Kavanah is attentiveness to God. Its purpose is to direct the heart rather than the tongue or the arms. It is not an act of the mind that serves to guide the external action, but one that has meaning in itself. Kavanah, in this sense, is not the awareness of being commanded to pray, in other words, but the awareness of him who commands, not of a yoke we carry, but of the will to remember, the awareness of God rather than the awareness of duty. Such awareness is more than an attitude of the mind. It is an act of valuation or appreciation of being commanded, of living in a covenant, of the opportunity to act in agreement with God. And then he goes on to use a musical analogy. And I'm just going to take 1 second to mute everybody so we don't get any extra sounds. Great. So he says the music for a mitzvah, and a mitzvah like prayer, is like a musical score, and its performance is not a mechanical accomplishment, but an artistic act. One must be what he plays. It is not enough to do a mitzvah. One must live what he does. The goal is to find access to the sacred deed. And then he says, when we open our inner life to a mitzvah, such as prayer, songs rise up in our souls. Do you have a song in your soul this morning? I do. I do. And so I invite you now to just put your feet flat on the floor. Sit in an upright and comfortable position. And really the point of this is just to make our bodies neutral and not have extra distractions. I invite you to quiet your mind this morning. Not a simple thing to do, especially first thing in the morning. If you've had your coffee in particular, your mind might be bouncing around a bit. So please now, just go to your breath. Yesterday in meditation, we talked about how even the ineffable name of God, which is represented by the letters Yud, Hey, Vav, and Hey, that's really a breath, isn't it? You can't pronounce it. It's one of the sublime things about our language, our holy language. And so let this word, Yud He Vav He, be a breath. And let this erase all other plans, fantasies, memories. Allow the breath to be your central focus for a minute or two. And then when you're ready, allow a prayer to come into focus. We're going to take 10 minutes. So again, we'll take 2 or 3 minutes of just breath. And then allow this prayer to rise up. And if your mind starts to wander, starts to be creative, return to your breath and begin again. We'll take 10 minutes. Adonai Elohim Emet. Adonai Elohim Emet. 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 Adonai Elohim Emet. Adonai Elohim Amen. Wishing everyone a beautiful day. Sorry about the technical problems at the beginning. And hope to see you on Tuesday mornings at 10:30. Hi, Ozzy.
Hi.
Wednesday mornings at 8 a.m. I've started doing some recording. So yesterday, were you on yesterday, Ozzy?
Yes, I
I
was
didn't see
there.
you because I think your screen was off. But I have a nice recording of yesterday's meditation that I'm
Yay.
sort of editing together and making it a little bit shorter for people. So I'm going to put that up on the website. I'm going to start hopefully every week do something that some just a transcription of what we've done, and maybe a little bit shorter version of it so that people can access that later. Greetings to Jack, to Natalia, good evening in Russia, and to
Mm-hmm.
Mark, always good to see you, and wishing everyone a beautiful day.